Libras, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Libras, Libra energy. People want to know what's going on with Libra in their charts. The Libra crosswatchers. Yeah, y'all are all welcome. Shout out to everybody. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars. What else? If you want to get in contact with me because you like what I do and how I do it here, there'll be a link in the description box that'll take you to my website. You can scroll the website and see everything that I have to provide and offer. The deets will be there. What else? It's going to be a 4-card draw. I ain't going to hold you too long. Pause. But for real. Under 10 minutes. Maybe exactly 10 minutes. But yeah. Hope everyone's feeling well. And with that being said, let's get these cards right. Bars. Slice and dice this deck a few times. I'm gonna chop it up, chop it up, chop it up. Okay, first card being drawn is representative of the situation at hand for the Libra energy. What do we have? The Chariot. Next card is relative to the obstacle. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Next card is relative to the action recommended to be taken, the advice, the Hanged Man. And lastly, this card is representative of the outcome should that advice be taken, the Four of Cups. A lot of water energy out here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Okay, check it out. So what's at hand here is you've come out of a place of maybe hiding. I'm feeling like hiding or isolation, maybe hermit mode. Even though the hermit card is not out here, this is what I'm picking up on. And hard work is starting to pay off. You have learned where you didn't even come back out until you knew you had this down packed. And what I'm talking about is skill, the way to maneuver, the way to move around. Basically learning how to move. All right? And you've done it now. You come back out determined, and hard work is paying off. Hard work is paying off. You have the self-discipline needed, and you learn from your mistakes. This came from learning from your mistakes. All right? Now, things are happening quickly because of this. They're happening very quickly, and you could feel it within, especially right now in this very moment if you're watching this on March 12th. But your intuition in your mind state is in cohesion. All right? Now, the obstacle here is that you may fear what you've been through before will happen again, which I'm seeing comes in the form of if you don't do it right now, then you're being lazy. You know what I mean? Like if your feet is not moving and you're not doing all of these steps, it's like a supervisor coming in to the floor, and if someone is not moving or at least looking like they're busy, they're in trouble. They're getting written up for that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like one of those Taylorism type work environments. You've been there. You've done that. And you understand what that's about and everything. But the obstacle here is saying if you embody the mentality of feeling insecure because you're not doing things the way that the status quo has presented, then that's going to be an obstacle for you. All right? Not for nothing, at the same time, if you ignore your responsibilities, that's also going to be an obstacle for you. So what I'm getting here is going with the flow to address your responsibilities. That's cool. But if you get caught up with the whole, extra stuff and fluff, the filler, and say, oh, if I don't do the filler, I'm not going to be X, Y, and Z because that's how the rest of them do it, then that's going to be an obstacle as well. Now, this can be challenging because it's like coming out, it's like a race begins and the gunshot goes off and then boom, you out of the gate, right? You've prepared for this moment. You're taking off. And then you get to a point to where you don't see the finish line. It's like hearing the gunshot coming out into a race, into a desert. And there's no longer any lines to divide the different racers or the different horses or the different jockeys. It's just desert land. And you're like, what the fuck? This is not the type of race or competition or action that I expected. Which can put you in a state of maybe disillusionment, confusion, feeling trapped, but feeling trapped in, I think, in an oasis, I think is the word that I'm looking for. But it's very Piscean. I would say don't fret because it's a Pisces stellium right now. So you can actually take advantage of this energy. See, this is in the action recommended placement. You don't have to take the action recommended. Don't get me wrong. Right? But doing the numerology, it'll come up to the number 1. It is an evolutionary process to go from 7 to 12. And then when you add it all up, it adds up to the 1. So it's still going to be pointing back at you, regardless if you feel lost or you feel confused. It's still going to be on you, no matter what. But it's being also recommended to let go, to surrender yourself. You don't need, see, the confusion lies in here. The confusion is going to lie in preparing yourself to be this person on the chariot, and you come out and everything is supposed to be done correctly, and it's rapidly moving, and then you come out into this swampland of some sort. I wouldn't say a swampland, but just let's say like going out into the ocean. You know, you don't have a map of the ocean. You don't know you know what I'm saying? It's lack of direction. So coming out with this super confidence and knowing exactly, it's a cardinal energy. This is a Cancer card. You're in a leadership role and positioning, and then you get into this scattered area of this Pisces energy. So this looks like you have direction. This shows you don't have direction because you're not in control. All right. Now this card, look, it embodies control, right? It's still a major arcana. So yeah, you were placed in this position because you worked for it. But when you get here for this action recommended to take, you realize you are not in control. And that's the point. Spirit got you. You'll have a guide. You'll gain perspective while being suspended in that ocean. Maybe rocking and rolling back and forth on a raft until it comes to you and it clicks. Bang. A whale will come by. Might even give you their fin to hold on to speed it up a bit. You get what I'm saying? I'm just using an analogy so you can see now the outcome of this. Should you take this action recommended? Again, you don't have to take the action recommended, but if you do, right, you can become bored. And this is more Cancer energy. You can become bored because it's going to actually cause you to sit down. So you leave this momentum of charging forward and being all full of this confidence and ambition, ready to take on everything that you can for the city. You know what I mean? Keys to the city type mentality. And then you reach here, which is a place of solace, comfort, really. You've reached a place to where you can actually do this more often than you probably ever imagined. Which is real Piscean, to be able to lay back, imagine things, and then they start popping up like buildings in Inception during a dream. And you're like, man, I'm bored now. Is that what I really wanted? Now look, there is an opportunity that's coming that's going to be offered to you. But if you start thinking about those cups over there, you're going to you're going to trick yourself out of, you know what I mean? You're going to trick yourself out of your position that you've obtained. Think about it.